In China, just like in Japan, crossing the entrance of private property can turn a simple exploration into a serious problem. Consequences that go far beyond a simple warning or a fine. Entering places that seem abandoned in China can land you in jail if the place is guarded, as happened with this site. After climbing over the walls of the compound, once we were inside, we got a surprise. You have no idea what it's like to be here, do you? Knowing that there's someone outside who could come in at any moment. This time we're doing the intro without showing too much. I want to start from the beginning with you all. These used to be ponds. This is at the entrance. And it's strange that the guard hasn't put up a barricade here. And here there's a camera that's connected. Run, run, run. Whoa, sounds like a dog. This is from a dog, right? Oh man, if he lets it loose, the calendar is at least 13 years old, you know? But the cigarettes don't look that old. We managed to get into a private residential area thanks to taking a taxi. If we had gone on our own, they would have forbidden us from entering. Once there, we had to climb over a wall to get into the abandoned resort. The infiltration into the compound had been quick, but we weren't sure if the perimeter cameras had seen us. Well, I don't know what we actually managed to record back at the entrance, because we were shaking uncontrollably from the way we got in. There was a security camera pointing directly at us, and then suddenly the taxi driver came out of a fenced area and had to do something. I'm not entirely sure if I managed to record him clearly with my phone. It's a private residential area, and they had to lift the gate for us. And he was going to record the entrance, but didn't manage to, and I don't know if I recorded anything, so... Well, I don't know what you might have seen, but we managed to get into one of the many complexes. Buildings. Are we in? I think we've never been this scared to get in anywhere, in any country. My hands are shaking. Look, I don't know if you can tell, maybe you can't. Well, this is quite a spectacle, huh? I'm going to relax a little. And let's start the exploration. Look, what can I tell you about this place? Well, right now, at this very moment, as I'm recording this, I honestly can't tell you anything at all, because I simply don't know the full history of this particular place yet. Basically, as you can see, it's a resort, a complex that's been abandoned for at least over a decade. I am certainly aware that it's been explored for at least 3 years by the Chinese community. They were very careful. We've even seen videos where they say, it's just the wind making noise, where they say there's security with a dog. I don't know how true that is, because we haven't seen any dogs since we've been inside, but as I said, we entered through the back. We haven't seen this whole area yet. We see there's a seat over there facing the entrance door, so we're going to be very careful. We're going to start little by little. For now, I'll tell you that this hotel had its heyday in the 1990s, and this photo was taken right here more than 3 decades ago. Take a look at this endless water fountain they recreated here, which surely had water flowing down. And well, I'm going to... There's no respite. I've just started and the tension is already beginning. I fall silent because I see Jesus, scared, looking outside. And suddenly he repeatedly signals for me to hide right away. ¿Qué pasa? Sorry for the bad language, but we'd been in China for 3 days and every abandoned place so far had been guarded. I couldn't believe this was yet another one. Tell me, did you manage to get that all on camera and record the whole thing? You know as well as I do that a security guard doesn't just suddenly come out here and start patrolling for no reason at all. Something very strange must be going on right now. If you're completely trashing the place, you don't bother getting dressed up. I'm sorry, but I simply could not believe it. I couldn't believe that a place like this, in the state it's in, would have a guard. And on top of that, we were cornered. We jumped over walls and had most likely been caught on the security cameras. These are actually the video recordings that Jesus had captured. The area where we entered the building is the same place where you see the guard walking by. We hadn't even been inside for 5 minutes and they were already looking for us. I've decided to grab the microphone so I can speak more quietly. And the thing is, since it's raining, there are a lot of noises. The wind, the raindrops hitting the roof, the ceiling. And look, one thing is clear. What's going on? Let's say that if it is a particular dog, right? Behind an exploration, there's a vast amount of content and countless hours dedicated to it. There are so many details you don't see. In addition to the sheer sense of adventure, as you can clearly observe for yourself, we are constantly taking dangerous risks like the one right now. Plus, we're in a building where the roof is quite literally in the process of collapsing down on us. I'm seeing right here the perimeter fences of the entire complex, which also has a small guardhouse. I honestly don't know if there are... The two of us are here, huddled together, not leaving this room. Let's see, I don't know how we're going to do this. The good thing, maybe, is that since it's raining so much, I don't know, the guy, the one who goes out with the umbrella like before, right? And we can see him. With the red umbrella, it's true, that's good. Yeah, because otherwise we wouldn't see him as well. Look, I'm going to peek out over here, okay? Look. We had to continue with the exploration, despite the risk we were taking. Outside, the rain was falling harder and harder. This made it harder for us to hear any sound that might alert us, although it did ensure that we could spot the guard with the umbrella if he was outside, of course. In silence and very carefully, we went down to the first floor. The most incredibly critical and dangerous moments are when we go out into the large halls and are completely exposed to everything around us. And then, of course, when we go down there. I'm going to look for Jesus, and since I've been making some videos for my phone, I've completely lost track of exactly where he went. I think the guard actually comes in here. Damn, Jesus really scared me, man. He didn't see me. There's a bottle of water here. No, he saw me. Look. And now he is very slowly going to take it. He still doesn't see me at all. He completely and really doesn't see me standing here. Another scare again. Goodness, it really gives you quite a sudden fright just thinking about it. These particular old bathrooms right here were the exact same facilities that you were supposed to use immediately before heading inside there to take a swim in the pool. Hey, seriously, it even has graffiti. Why does this place even have security? I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's completely trashed. This little room that looks like... I'm going to turn on the light. It looks like the typical little room of someone who works around here, right? Unused for quite some time, but... My theory. Wow, they've even broken this over here. Wow. Well, it was really nice, honestly. This room is absolutely stunning and beautiful. Wow, I cannot believe how incredibly pretty everything looks in here. I honestly hadn't made it quite this far into the building before. I didn't know what it would feel like to be here, knowing there's someone outside who could come in at any moment. Look. Amazing. The floor is a bit damaged, but it's beautiful. Oh wow, it is absolutely stunning. Let's see what's in this room. This looked like a living room, and honestly, I'm going to put on the microphone. To be completely honest with you, there's something that truly fascinates me about this place. And it's that, apart from the fact that it's raining right now, which makes the decay of this place even more apparent because there are areas where it drips and leaks into the interior. It's the thick layer of accumulated dust that's everywhere. I'm pretty exposed to a high point in the complex. If the guard were on any of the floors, he could easily spot us from above. But I don't think he's actually entered the building yet. What we're going to have to do now, when we leave this place, just to explain, I'm going to get closer here behind the curtain. Look. We're going to have to sprint quickly along this narrow path to get to the other building, which is significantly larger and more imposing than this one. And the guard typically walks straight through this area. Just earlier, he came down along this road. So let's hope we don't run into him, because that would be the end of this. And the cards, well, just imagine what could happen to them. Honestly, if we had gone through a completely wide open entrance, I would feel much more comfortable and relaxed. Like what happened at the Vietnam complex, where someone who lived there actually happened to catch us. I don't know if he was a god or what, but of course he asked us how we got in, and we showed him exactly how we entered. Here, if someone asks us how we got in, I don't even want to think about it, because I really don't know what could happen to us. Look, I haven't gotten into the pool before, at this hour, Jesus. Notice how the rain falls in here, the noise it makes. If the guard came in, we wouldn't even notice. Despite the advanced state of abandonment, the place still allowed us to imagine what it would have been like to spend a day in that pool, where laughter, voices, and the sound of water crashing against the edges once echoed. Now, only the raindrops falling slowly from the ceiling remained, like a distant echo of the splashing that once filled that place with life. I'm going to check out those plants over there. It's the same in every abandoned place. The veterans among you already know this. Plants are the first to suffer from abandonment, because abandonment doesn't happen all at once. It starts with small details, like a plant that no one waters anymore. Everything ended up full of dead plants. Look, a VHS cassette tape. There's actually something written on it, but it is all written in Chinese. I think we're going to finish checking out the entire downstairs area, which we haven't really seen yet because we rushed straight upstairs when we first saw that man with the umbrella. And then after that, we'll have to go out to see the other rooms and maybe even a private villa, if we are able to do so. Honestly, I think the rain is working in our favor. I mean, it's an advantage. Even though there's a significant amount of background noise, the guard is unlikely to step out of his booth that much, and the umbrella is quite easy to see from a distance, so we can spot him well ahead of time. There were still 2 rooms left to explore on the first floor. In the first one, there's a mixing console for the background music, along with some electrical devices. In the second, besides dishes and other service utensils, there's something that catches my attention. A card listing the employees' tasks during their workday and the way they were supposed to treat the guests. In this case, an ID belonging to one of the maids was left behind there. Let's head on down to that little restaurant downstairs and cross our fingers that the guard doesn't come walking by there. Check out these stairs we're about to go down. Careful, because I was in the same spot where I had to crouch so the guard wouldn't see me when I suddenly heard the sound of a dog barking. If there is a barking dog, if there's a dog, we are completely finished because... Let's hope the dog is friendly. It's also raining and there are a lot of noises. Okay. Oh, Lord. Inside this office, we see a desk with a truly huge, oversized telephone. Maybe it was an old fax machine style. And right here, there are quite a few interesting technological gadgets from that specific era, along with a heavy metal safe that has clearly been broken into. But let's take a closer look to see what happened. There is also an old projector here, and I don't know what would happen if we were caught. Damn, I think it's very clear we weren't the only ones to break into this place. There were things and everything here in the safe. Mind you, it's 10 in the morning and it looks like sunset because the day is so dark. To be honest with you, This trip in China has been incredibly intense when it comes to cameras. It feels like everything is under constant surveillance. I was naive to think China was tense because what awaited us in Japan was on another level, but all in due time. I'm going to slip in here quickly. This is full of clothes. I feel uneasy about turning on the light in case the man sees us. See? There's clothes all over the floor. And the clothes, if you can believe it, I don't know if they belong to the waiters, but they look like they're from the 80s. If the security guard came by now, he'd see us with the lights on. Being right next to the window, the risk was at its highest. If the guard suddenly appeared, I wouldn't have time to duck down, which would mean the end of the exploration. But if I stuck to only showing you things far from windows and doors, you wouldn't see anything. In this pantry, instead of food, there were curtains. All right, I need to stay calm because the window is high and I wouldn't be able to see the guard. And here, well, the electrical systems. Wow, there are some metallic, rusty sounds in the background. Creepy, huh? Yeah, that's right. Look, there is the bar just over there. With a ton of stuff all over the place. The thing is, we're exposed from every side here, because I could also be seen through the door with the light. That's why I'm trying to point the camera down. These are flowers for... Oh no, they're decorative. I thought they were for doing tests. I don't know what year this resort has been abandoned since. But honestly, it was big. And those things we see in the background over there were villas. There were villas. Let's see if we can get into one of them. I don't know if maybe we should even go into one of them first. Before trying the main building, because it's likely they've gone over there. I don't know. Can't we get out this way? Yeah, but, you know, who knows? Look, do you see? They look like uniforms, don't they? Jackets from, like, the bellhop's buttons. Yeah, that's true. From the bellhop. Oh yeah, and from waiters too. There used to be some over there. This is so beautiful. Watch out for this glass here. Look. This, I don't know about nowadays, but I know that in the past it cost a fortune to carve this into glass. I don't know how it's done or what it's called, but I know it's not cheap at all, huh? And look. Take a close look at the details. It's just so beautiful. This is a peaceful woman, sitting here in the field. Wow, huh? It looks really amazing on camera. I think you can tell. I'm just trying to stall for time to avoid leaving here. I don't want us to get caught. And for our exploration to end. The problem is not knowing where he went. Anyway, look at these lanterns. Good luck lanterns. Let's see if it's true. And they bring us good luck. Well, I'm going to finish at the reception, since I went by it too quickly before. And since we're here and managed to get into this building, I'm not going to miss it. And besides, I'm also going to show you what this is here. I have no idea, but I think it's an aquarium. They had fish here. In fact, there are remains of dead bugs, but they are actually small insects. Do you see the ventilation piping there? The pipe where the water used to flow. These were ponds. Pretty interesting, huh? Let's see. Here we go. These are the kitchens, right? They're packed full of stuff. And I'm telling you, here. I think it was for the feet. Those tiny little fish that eat the rough dead skin off your feet. Could be, huh? That they had that service here. What do you think about that service with the little fish that eat your dead skin? I've never done it, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's see. There were little tokens here. I'm going to lower the intensity a bit. This really looks like it is from the early 2000s era. I was going to say the 90s. It's just really old. The screen... I feel like exploring, investigating this place, you know? Looking up its history on the internet. Look, honestly, it's worn, but it's intact. There are a lot of little things that were left just as they were. This is for wetting your fingers and to seal letters or things. It seems familiar, you know? I don't know. But they've messed everything up. Look, down here are all the cards. Alright, so I'm going to get some information. The name of the hotel in Chinese. I might be making it blurry, but... While I was researching the history of the place, I found out that it opened its doors at the end of the 1900s, costing nearly 100 million yuan, which would be more than 12.5 million euros. At that time, China was growing at a frantic pace, and this complex was born as a symbol of luxury and prosperity, being the first resort in the area to receive 3 stars, which was very important back then. As time went by, the city began to grow, leaving the hotel completely far from the center. The appeal of more modern hotels gradually caused this complex to lose customers. And if we add to all this the high cost of keeping all these facilities running, it ultimately led to the decision to close the business for good in 2014. And from what we're seeing, now only the guards and a few daring explorers like us are its only visitors. Wow, they had it all here. Maybe the whole system. Yes, these are racks. It could be the entire lighting system for the hotel, and the computers, the screens. Just look at all the complex circuits here. It's amazing how many cables they had running everywhere throughout the room. Another door. And now... There was also another type of room dedicated for the various staff members, for the people who worked here so they could take a well-deserved rest. They have that there, yes, is that right? Oh, how strange, look at this. With tiny little hands. Do you see them? Oh, it looks like a dog. This is from a dog, it's a dog paw print. It came all the way here. Wow, imagine if it gets loose. Anyway, the entire surface of this locker was absolutely plastered in old news clippings and faded photographs. Let's see, would the year be here, for sure? 2020? Wait, hold on a second. Oh no, look, it's 2003. We're talking about 22 years. No, 23 years since these papers were put up here. I don't know what it says there. A mirror. That's strange, isn't it? What a weird little thing, honestly. Well, let's see. Ah, look, here they have the exchange rate. Euro, dollars, weeaboo, right? 732 euros, 798. I'm really not quite sure what you think. Comparing the way things look right now to how they were many years ago in the past. It doesn't even show the specific date either.
What happened next truly left me completely stunned.
Well, it had... Hello? Did you put this here? Are you kidding me right now? You have to be joking with that. Are you joking? Did you see what it says? Jesus. It was on March 29th, 1994. 3 days ago. Come in this way. I think they keep changing the date or something. Hey man, I don't trust anything anymore. It must have been a joke, Jesus, just to scare me. Either it was an adventurous explorer passing through, but I highly doubt they would actually have enough spare time to be here looking for numbers and changing them. Or the security guard on duty really does come in and meticulously updates all of the dates every single week. Because it hasn't been... Well, it's been 5 days since the 3rd. Let's get out of here now. That way, right? Yeah. And... Would they toss it? I'll change the card, I think. Wait. Let's hide and I'll see you with the next SD card. Let's finish checking this out. Earlier I showed you this office from the inside. Let's see if I can... There are cigarettes there. I'm going to turn on the light. These cigarettes, watch out. I really don't know about this. Damn, man, this is getting really crazy. How strange. Now the calendar, let's see. The calendar is from... dating back to 2013. Look, do you see it right over there highlighted in red? 2013. Do you see that this furniture is the same as the one upstairs? In that little Chinese-style room. Well, they must have bought from this furniture seller. Wow. At least the calendar is from 13 years ago. But the cigarettes don't seem that old. Look at the barricade the security guy made here, so that people don't sneak in through this door. This is crazy. Don't you think he left that window open on purpose? Because there's a camera. Of course, I was...
Referring to the window we'll be going out of in the next few minutes. As you can see, it was broken, but it made me feel uneasy.
Isn't that the only entrance there is? I'm sure there's a camera. Oh, really? Are all of these the lockers? Sneakers by the lockers, and there are employees' sneakers, I assume, and clothes. Listen to this, you see. It's what I always say. If these are lockers, then if this place closes, the employees don't take their belongings with them. We're talking about, well, the drinks might not matter, but the sneakers, the clothes, why do they stay here? It's like suddenly, I don't know, they say you have to leave and you can't come back in. Well, at least this one is empty. It's just that what catches my attention, at least, are the shoes and all that. It's not like they're overflowing, but still. We don't know if these are the footprints of the security guard or the explorer. I just wanted to show you this here. You've seen the cart they used to carry the suitcases, the bellhop's cart. But I don't know. This is pretty... It's really noisy being around here, so let's try to find another way out. I think I'll head back toward the window we came in through. Jesus says we should leave through the easiest way, which is that hole. I think there's going to be a camera there as big as a tree, because otherwise it wouldn't be broken and wide open. Broken and wide open. In this case, what would you do? I say we go through the window that's far away from everything. This is at the entrance, and it's strange that the guard hasn't put up a barricade here. But in the rest of the places, he has. It's just odd to me. And right over here, there's a security camera connected by a cable. Look, if it's pointing that way, and if he comes this way, then we're going to be... Oh my God. Yeah. Right here. What a mess.
We didn't want to run at first. We looked carefully both ways and clearly understood that luck was a key factor here. We were at the front of the building, where not long ago, someone had come in to change the date on the board.
We didn't hear anything.
The rain was now a handicap because we couldn't hear anything at all. And we were getting closer to the main path, where we had seen the guard pass by. He could show up at any moment and catch us there. Having our SD cards erased would be the least of our problems. After looking both ways and seeing no one, it was time to run.
Oh my goodness, with all this anxious energy and all this constant running around, if we don't lose weight on this trip. Geez, we haven't seen the guard anywhere, and I don't think he saw us either, so I'd say it's mission accomplished. At least for now, as long as he doesn't surprise us in here. That would just be... There's a shop over there. Wow, look. Wow, arcades. I can't believe it. Look! God, I can't even turn on the flashlight. I'm so nervous. Let's go to the arcades first. That's what impressed me the most, but I'm freaking out. You're going to be amazed by what's over here on the left. There are 3 incredible rooms. I hope I didn't spoil too much in the intro. But look at this. This is insane. This is absolutely amazing. This is truly amazing. This is amazing. I really hope that we don't get caught. God, I don't want to lose this footage. Cosmos Club. I guess this was like a casino. Wow, 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 that is incredible. What do you think about this Terminator 2? That's absolutely incredible. This is like something from the 1980s or the 1990s. Look at this. How wonderful. How much could this be worth to a collector? An arcade machine like this size, and so incredibly well preserved. Was it a simulator? And I don't know, I'm not an expert, but I'd guess it's from the 80s or 90s at most. Well, yes, right before my eyes was an arcade machine from the late 1980s, but what I didn't know was that it's highly sought after for its rarity among Japanese arcade collectors. In this arcade game, you piloted a plane and had to take off, keep it in flight, and land, with the added feature that the entire cockpit moved, vibrated, tilted, and even simulated turbulence. Being the top-of-the-line model, if it were working and in good condition, it could currently fetch over 20,000 euros. Impressive. Me, well, just look. Hello. Hello, 2020. Actually, lots of people have been coming here since 2020. 2025. 2025. 2025. Look, I've actually been to Japan before and saw an incredible amusement park filled with classic arcade machines. But honestly, there is absolutely nothing else quite like this. They were arcade machines, but the typical ones you would find here 10 years ago. This old thing right here behind me, I swear it feels like it's straight out of the 1980s, and I don't even know if it makes it into the 1990s, you know? That is a total relic, honestly. I mean, this is a relic. Thanks. I'm really keeping my fingers tightly crossed and praying that security doesn't come in. I honestly swear. Hopefully, you can see this. It's absolutely amazing. It's truly incredible to see what's here. Look closely, if you please, at these adorable little paw prints right here, left behind by a very tiny kitten. You can tell it's a kitten because they're so small and they're everywhere. It had a good time up here, and then also even, we can see that it went over there in that part. Another cute little cat wanted to sit there. Look at the gaming chair. Have you seen how it's covered in little footprints? What an amazing place, really. Grand Prix Star. How old-fashioned, huh? It's like going back to Stranger Things and seeing these arcade games from the series. It's brutal, really. And the motorcycles. You don't see this anymore, you know. In other words, everything is much more modern, but... damn. And this defined your destiny, it seems. It gave you your ultimate destiny, Dreamrise. Or maybe I'm just making that whole thing up, and it was actually just a simple betting machine, but it really seemed like it was a kind of high-stakes roulette, to see exactly what you would get in the end.